Alright, hello everyone, and welcome. This is going to be a show match between Umepro and Rising Moon. Here's your overlay. I did add the guy. Yeah, there he is. Anyway, hello everyone. Yes, so as I was saying, this is going to be a show match between Japanese team Umepro and the French team Rising Moon. We're going to be just going over, I believe it's going to be 2 maps on each mode. So I'm going to be just doing some commentary and controlling the observer camera and all that. So that's going to be great. Looking forward to some to seeing how a team like Rising Moon matches up against some of the one of the better teams in Japan at the moment. You'll have to forgive me if I sound a little bit croaky. I did only just wake up, but I've got my coffee, so shouldn't be shouldn't be too bad. So, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, we had a sort of prelude to this match yesterday, which is the French team Skill Link versus, used to be Cooldown, versus one of the top Japanese teams, if not the top Japanese team. I can't remember the name of them, unfortunately, but that was yesterday, actually. I think that might be part of why I'm broadcasting this today, is because I don't think there was a broadcast of that. Let's see. Where is it? What channel is this in? I know I saw it. Oh boy. Four? Yeah. Oh, it was on the 10th, okay. So it was a couple of days ago. But, yes. Wait, what? Am I coming to the Brisbane land? No, I'm not. I was going to, but, it didn't work out. So hang on, why is the French team home? Wait, what? What's going on? Why would you want the French team hosting a tournament or even a show match? It's just not. Alright. Good grief, Vicky Bird. That's not a criticism. I'm making a joke because they're European. More specifically, French. Urza is still in turf. Of course he is. I just said good grief. I was just, you know. Hey! Any expectations for the Direct? Not as such. Also, this has a password, apparently. Alright, I finished my coffee now, so I can... I can talk in peace. Thoughts on the 1.3 patch? I don't really think the 1.3 patch did that much. I think the Aerospray meme is going to die out once... Like, given another couple of days, people will realize they're using Aerosprays and then go back to, like, the L3 or something else that's sensible. I think the Heavy is actually pretty sick now, which is good, because that in itself makes the Tri-Slosher a little bit less overbearing. The Tri-Slosher basically didn't get touched. I know they said that they nerfed it, but they really didn't. There seem to be a lot of people who are just, like, decided that they're never going to use Tenatech ever again, which is ridiculous, because, like, the power of the Inkjet was in the Directs and sort of the AoE, so... Alright, I'm gonna be right back then. Give me a minute. Alright. So, anyway, yes, the 1.3 patch, the main thing that it did was make it so that you don't need an armor or an inkjet or a tenor missile to have a or a bomb rush to have a relevant special. Which in turn means that a lot of weapons that were pretty solid, aside from the fact that they had like a Stingray or something, now can get used. So I think the L3 is probably the biggest winner, because the L3 was already an excellent initiating weapon with curling bombs and the Baller, and now of course with the Baller being massively buffed, and of course having curling bombs so that it just builds them really, really quickly. I am just going to join whichever room pops up that is from a name that I recognize on in all this. So, anyway. Alright, so Rainmaker, Splat Zones, TC, 2 maps each, and random maps. So what we can look forward to is presumably 4 games on Moray Towers, and then 1 more on Starfish Main Stage, just to sort of even it out. And then maybe we'll get one on Manta Maria, just to make the game seem like it cares. I'm saying this mainly to jinx it so that it doesn't actually happen. But then, that's not how jinxing works, is it? So anyway. Latias, please. But no, so I've been keeping up a little bit more with the Japanese meta as of late, and to say the least, people like their ballers. I've been seeing team comps with multiple Aerospray RGs. I'm pretty sure it's just for a joke, but you know, people seem to be jumping on board with it. Of course, with the baller now having about 5,000 HP, it makes it so that the as an initiating tool, like, you can just use a baller and just go in, and even if you don't happen to get kills with that baller, like, people are just going to be able to swarm in from the sides or whatever. Well, I mean, the sloshing machine, the L3 was bad because it had the baller, and it didn't, like, the baller itself wasn't terrible, like, you needed to use it right in the first place, but, like, the L3 didn't really have a reason to be on a team, because its initiation was sort of really weak compared to just using a spamming an armor or something like that. Now, though, whereas the sloshing machine had, like, it was already a solid choice in spite of the Stingray. And even now, I wouldn't exactly call it, like, a Stingray user. Like, just because it has a Stingray doesn't mean it's going to get many opportunities to use it. Whereas the L3 builds a lot of ballers really quickly, and also has much more of a place on a team now, with the curling bomb, the special building and initiation, and then the baller to follow up. So, relatively speaking, the L3 has got a lot more out of this patch. Any good teams caught my eye from Japan? I don't really know which teams are which, if I'm honest. I was watching, let's see, it was Baz and... Who was Baz teaming with? I can't remember. I just remember seeing Baz. Yeah. And I've been seeing a fair bit of Ku's team. Where is this lobby? Hello. Is there a miscommunication here? What's going on? I get the impression that there might be some circular expectations here. It's from 11? Oh, okay. We get to chat for 45 minutes. Is it because I was in a turf war? It's okay. So, yeah. Anyway. Well, I mean, I can sort of do things. What is it? Tower control? It's actually a nice rotation. When did I start streaming this game? Well, this game I started streaming on release, but I started streaming Splatoon in 2015, I guess? Alright, let's see. Biggest winners. Okay, so the Forge at the moment is a garbage weapon that has the bubble blower, so it's kind of relevant for the time being, but at the moment something else comes out with the bubble blower that isn't a custom 4K. It will be usurped. The T-Tech is still excellent, people are losing their minds because they can't just shit out inkjets anymore, but it's still very strong. Let's see, Junior's still strong as well. I think the NZAP actually got hit a bit hard on the Junior, even though the NZAP got buffed, the Junior didn't get touched. Because, like, just spamming armor is sort of the way to go. What else? Actually, it's kind of like this. The Ink Armor nerf reminds me of the Ink Zuka nerf from Splatoon 1, where they nerfed the Ink Zuka, and everything that wasn't a 10 attack just became irrelevant. So I feel like things like the Squiffer and yeah, to a degree the NZAP, I guess, only slightly. And what else has Ink Armor? Is that it? Could have sworn there was one more. Yeah, but the Squiffer didn't exactly do too well with this. 11 PM Japan time. Okay. Best weapon for a newcomer to shooters? Oh, that's a good question. Tempted to say the Junior, actually. Or that or the Imperious shot. Can I entertain for 2 hours? Yes, I'm sure I can. What's happens? So, for whatever reason, I think there was a miscommunication or something, and we're going to be sitting here for about an hour and a half until this match starts. Oh yeah, Clash Blaster is actually... I know people are saying that Clash Blaster is terrible, but... Am I going to play some regular each time? Yes, I'm trying to decide what weapon I want to use. I wonder how bad my L3 is, actually. You can tell I haven't played in a couple of days. It doesn't take me long to de-rust, it's just I haven't played in a couple of days, so you're watching me de-rust now. That said, I don't really feel like using L3 when I'm out of practice. Alright, I'm gonna use Rapid Blaster. Alright, so... let's see if I can get my shit together. Oh boy. Don't forget to slow them down rather than speed them up. Yeah, see, the problem is that slowing them down isn't the issue, it's when I have to do things fast that I'm getting things wrong. See, like, if I just take things slow, it's fine, but normally the flick shots are easy for me, but that's, I guess, the first thing to go when you don't play for a week. Let's see what happens. So anyway... Also, you can tell I don't really play this game very much. I haven't had any problems ranking up or anything like that, but I'm still like S+4 in TC. Actually, a lot of that is because when I play it seems to always be Rainmaker. So, that's another thing. Although I didn't put a ticket on, so, rip. Wait, did they... Oh, that's right. I haven't played since the patch, and I think they changed how original matchmaking works or something. And again, I guess we'll see. Well, this is awkward. We've only got 7 people. Oh, there we go. So anyway... Oh, okay, well we don't get any stuff, don't we? Oh, there's a lot of that. Oh, you said. Okay. Ah, shaky. Eek. I'll get it together, don't worry. Yeah, that was bad. I haven't got a bomb rush yet, that's also bad. What are you doing up there? Okay. Alright, well we got a decent push in. Thanks to everyone but me. And I'm just slow at the moment, that's the... Oh, hello, I'm dead. What's a show match? It's playing ranked for 2 hours when you haven't played for a week and being terrible, and showing everyone just how terrible you actually are. Holy shit. Yeah, I'm shaky as hell at the moment. Getting bomb rushes rapid is fine, I just need to not be getting myself killed. And that's late. Oh, I didn't put a ticket on. I guarantee I'm not gonna remember. The main problem was I just kept forgetting to use them. Also, if you're on Special Saver, it's no trouble at all. Oops. Also, like, you gotta remember, blasters get their special by killing things. What the fuck? Oh. That's very awkward. This is not great. As well, so yeah. It's only slightly harder, like... You gotta remember, the CRB always had a 200-point Kraken. And... Actually, it wasn't always 200 points, it was 180 points, and then they upped it. After this... I think after the CRB came out, I'm not sure. But, like, the way blasters get specials is by killing things, and killing things you get like 50 points, so it doesn't really matter that much. See, I failed a couple of times that game, just kind of stupidly. Another couple of points where I don't think I so much missed shots. Like I did, but not horribly. Not enough for that to be the problem. And opening was fine, but where did I die to at the start? That was the rapid. Because I thought I killed the rapid, and then he walked out. Where's my S plus 50? I haven't played enough to get S plus 50, dude. Oh fuck, we got a pro. Getting S plus 50 in anywhere aside from Japan literally does not matter. I should probably turn Nightbot off. What was the link? Also, seriously, it's like S plus 50 versus fucking David and Michael and Thomas versus S plus 50 against, like, actually good players. Which one matters? And you can see my aim is still a bit shaky, like I'm hitting walls when I shouldn't be. I'm finding that a good time to hit walls. Ah, shit, oh, if only this wasn't a 3v4. Oh, I thought the charger would die, that's why they stopped. I thought it squid to the top a lot more. That's sort of what happens when I get rusty, is I stop, like, paying attention to the other parts of the UI. They're telling me things like... I have a crosshair on him, but he's a bit too slow. Oh, yeah, okay. I jumped too early there as well. Dude, nice. Yo, where's that link? Actually, I'll check Twitter. Should be on there somewhere. To put a ticket on. No, that's the entry thing. That's the team list. Also, yeah, I haven't actually played solo queue in about 2.5 weeks or something like that. So that's another thing. Like, all the all the game time I've had has been like Salmon Run and occasionally American squads. So it's like I'm just sort of throwing myself at the enemy team and hoping something happens, because that's what you do in American squads. It's great. It's fantastic. Sticky, that's actually a reasonable way to put it. I'd say the main thing with Inkjet is there is such a thing as a bad Inkjet, right? And you could tell in the previous iteration. It's basically like Inkjet now needs to be used as a sort of as an offensive tool rather than a retake tool. It's like, you can't just use an Inkjet and fly into enemy ink and hope to get kills, right? You need to be using an Inkjet as part of a push, where the enemy team doesn't really have anywhere to go, and your Inkjet is being used to, I guess, cap everything off. Why did I jump? Why do I do things? This is an interesting map. This is disgraceful. Oh, that's a bomb. I'm an idiot. Alright. We can definitely get a knockout push here. We just gotta have people alive. Okay, this is why I don't like riding the tower, because I'm not very good at it. What? Nope. Damn it! I just am not very good at judging distance, am I? How do you keep dying? Shut off. No, that's not the time to go in. We're 3v4. Please stop doing that. Ugh. Like, I'm always just a little bit too slow. That's always the problem. Like, I should have... If I was gonna do that, I needed to do it, like, a second sooner. Like, we had a far better team comp there. We should have easily won that. The problem was that instead of, like, keeping our shit together, like, everyone just sort of went off and got themselves killed. Like, they have an E-leader, right? Like, that automatically means that the team comp is probably in our favor. And we had two weapons that could easily deal with those T-Techs, and just nothing happened. And it doesn't help that I was constantly getting myself killed, but, you know. My main problem at the moment is I keep taking shit positions. Like, I need to be getting up on the high ground a lot more, especially if I'm going to be defending from a cross-mid kind of thing, but I just keep fucking going to... I don't know. I'm just not thinking through it at all. See, that's what I'm talking about. I'm just not very good at this weapon anymore, dude. Sicky, I don't make a habit of blaming my team for losing like that. Oh, holy shit, there's a guy there. Suddenly baller. I don't know what I was thinking though, I need to just leave. dead? Yeah. Back to the rooms. Okay. Oh, I thought I went behind me. Oops. I thought it was midnight as well. Okay. Alright, here we go. Now for something I'm not terrible at. Yeah, I thought the Heavy was doing some work. Heavy's really sick now. I want to see more Heavies in competitive play. The room is up. Unless they meant they're gonna open it, like, in a minute or so, but... Holy hell. Oh, room's up, okay. Okay, we might finally be getting underway. Holy shit, the room is actually up. Alright. Holy hell. Well, I'm sorry that everyone had to endure my terrible solo queue play for a while there. But, yeah. Goodness me. Video games are commencing. So, Sicky's asking about strafing, aiming with strafe versus aiming with just, like, flicking to the target. In general, I wouldn't... Like, it's whichever is more comfortable. Both are very reasonable. Actually, no, not aiming with strafe, spreading, like, left and right. Okay, well, obviously... There's no... This isn't like CSGO or anything, there is no logic to the spray pattern in this game. There's no... Like, you can't... It's not as though, like, the 96 scale becomes more accurate if you sort of aim in a certain way every time. It doesn't work like that. The reason you would do the former is to either spread ink on the enemy player's feet, or to improve your turfing. Which, like, I could easily see how sort of wiggling the crosshair back and forth would be really useful for thorough turfing, but it's not going to be better than, like, just aiming directly at someone, or, well, aiming sort of ahead of them if they're moving. So I would say the latter is probably the better tactic. Anyway. Do I think Baller is the meta now? No. The multi-baller thing, to recap the zone instantly, is like, you know, running a bunch of, what's its, ink strikes in the last game. It seems like a good idea, and it probably is in moderation, but relying on it like, it's not the only way to win a game. It's just, it's new and interesting, and people like doing it. I think the meta right now is basically the same as it was before, except there's room now for the L3, the Heavy, and the Sloshing Machine. Although the Sloshing Machine was already sort of making its way in spite of the Stingray before. Heavy is so much stronger now because it's probably the best Stingray user in the game. Like, it has the most reason to use a Stingray, and it's always in the best positions, or it's generally in the best positions to use a Stingray as well. The Splat Charger, the main problem with it is that, well, it's a Splat Charger, but, like, the main problem with it is that it's sort of... It still has the problem where, like, it struggles against sort of armor comps and all that, and it also doesn't paint. Whereas the Heavy gets a ton of Stingrays all the time, and it's quite often... Because of its range, it's quite often in a position where it's not quite able to help out the team, even when it's anchoring. So having the Stingray to sort of transition between support points is really, really important. Because, like, with the Heavy, it's got... The range it has is enough to outrange most things, but not always enough. It's kind of like, it's, like, a bit more than Rapid Blaster effective range. So, like, it's always got enough range to outrange things, but the thing is that it doesn't always have the position to be safe. If it's, like, if it doesn't have a charge or something ready to go. So, if you use a Stingray to sort of stay in your old position, if there's no safe position to move to just yet, and support your team like that, then it links together pushes really, really well, and it makes it a much better aggressive anchor. Is there a reason Tenor Missiles aren't used? It's because there aren't that many good Tenor Missile weapons at the moment. The only ones that really exist at the moment are I guess you could say the Mini. The vanilla dualies are kind of okay. Like, everything that has Tenor Missiles is, like, okay or worse. There's no, like, strong Tenor Missile weapon at this point. What is it? The Jet Squelcher is not really mobile enough, and now the Heavy exists. It's, like, kinda hard to justify using. The vanilla dualies are fine, but I would argue that Imperious are probably still better. Although you don't really necessarily compare them, it's more just that, like, the good Tenor Missile weapons are all short-range kind of things that aren't ideal for that. Like, they're not short-range aggressive weapons, they're short-range defensive weapons aside from the dualies. Oh my gosh. Isn't there like a million French people who can fucking step in? Is Bicky Bird awake? Or is she already playing? Oh my gosh. Interesting. Oh. So, apparently we aren't going. We're not moving swiftly on. There is still a problem with probably Urza being still in a turf war or something. It's normally not hard to organise matches, it's just that, you know, you got Europeans involved, so it's, you know, there's only so much you can do. Holy shit. Oh, fuck. fucking graph, dude. I just asked my server. And fucking graph. Does Rising Moon want to flings a roller player? Oh gosh, Kit Kat's streaming this shit. Oh, actually, now that I actually look at the players, yes, Kit Kat is in there, so... Kit Kat is in the 4th slot in the lobby. Oh, fuck. Wait, what? No! Oh, fuck me. This isn't okay. I didn't agree to this. Alright, what Oh boy. Okay. What's the... It's not even Rainmaker. It's supposed to be Rainmaker. And it's supposed to be a random map. I don't think Reef is a random map. Fuck, what do we need here? Okay. Shit, I'll just spam armors. How about that? There. That's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna spam armors. Alright, well, I mean, I guess I can try commentating while I'm playing. That's always fun. I have done it before. I'm not sure I really should, but... Okay, that's what we're gonna do. Oh gosh, they got ballers. Alright, cool. Okay, so, starting off on Splat Zones on the Reef, we've got Rising Moon plus some scrub, versus some Japanese team that's doing things. Fuck. Okay, we're already one down. I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, hey, there's a guy there. Alright, cool. So, yeah, we're playing the video game. We've apparently got control back. Don't know how that happened. But, They have like aerosprays and shit, so it's like really hard. Because aerospray is like apparently meta or something. I seriously don't know why I'm in this game right now, but apparently I am. So I'm gonna have to just live with it. Oh, hello, there's a fucking 52 gal there. He's just sort of chilling in our base. Where is that 52 gal going? Is he still down there? Looks like he might be. Oh, hello. Holy shit. Oh, there's sun coming, right. Okay, well, we've got the zone back. We're probably not going to keep it very long because it looks like we're losing people. And I keep getting fucking point sensitive, dude. I'm just going to not be here for a moment. Okay, they're still sharking our main at the moment, so that's a problem. But, I mean, we're getting back in with the armor, it's just at the moment we're sort of getting picked left and right. So, I guess the main issue right now is whether or not Rising Moon plus Rando can manage to cobble together any kind of control here. There is a guy up there. Excuse me? Oh, fuck. Okay. I probably should be pinging, but I'm not doing that for some reason. Anyway, there's a reason I run Special Saber on this. Oh damn, we're 1 point off the lead. We can totally do this though. I'm definitely not the problem. I swear. Nice-oo! Yo, we got the lead. Okay, I need to back off here and... Oh, there's that 52 gal gone. Dude, nice! All down! Alright. Where's the re-push coming from? They're just coming straight in? Ah, the zone! Paint the zone! Yes! We did it. Good job, team. Dude, I was feeding so hard there. 7 armors? That's not very many. Please don't call me Australia's last hope. Okay, is Alex in here? No, he's not. Fuck. I'm supposed to be spectating. I didn't sign up for this. Oh my... What? I can't even be mad. Oh boy. I don't think I have anything special savory on my tap slots. Okay, so remember how I said that we were going to get Moray 5 times or 4 times or whatever, and then like... Oh dear. Oh, okay, they've dropped the aerospray. They're going for the double splatter shot. Oh. He jumped down. Okay. Ah, damn. Dude, nice. Dude, nice. Oh, the sniper on it. Oops. Yeah, I don't know why Vicky Bird can't play, considering that it's, like, she should still be up, right? Ah, help. Okay, I'm just feeding at this point. Dude. Oh, I died. Get out of here. I didn't want to! I was supposed to be spectating, and then I just suddenly got put on the fucking Rising Moon team, dude. Excuse you.